it's interesting to me because we live in the day and age of media, right? There's media everywhere. I feel like, and not only just media, like video format media, right? Wherever website, social media, whatever you go on, you're gonna see some sort of video, right? And a lot of us are, especially like people that are watching this video, that people that are on self-improvement, they are like, they get very, their attention gets grasped really quickly by like people that have success, whether it's like a video flexing money, flexing cars, flexing private jet, girls, whatever, fame, right? These things are very like eye-catching to the most humans, and it's like very enthralling to like people who are on self-improvement and want that like level of success. And I'm one of those people, right? Every time I see one of those videos, I have to watch it fully through, and I'm like, oh my god, my life should be like that, this and that, right? And like, besides the whole idea of like comparison to the thief of joy, which is true, and it's like you shouldn't be watching all of that because you don't know, like, you know, it's just people posting their highlights and stuff about that nature, right? Whatever, right? In reality, if you can find the people who are actually like not just like flexing, but actually people of substance, people that have achieved success, and follow what they actually do, you will eventually get there, right? And it's like this whole idea of like emulating the people that you want to be like. And it's not like copying or like being like some sort of weirdo stalker. It's like you need to see what they're doing that's contributing to the success that they have. And if that's the success that you want, then all you have to do is just copy their actions. And each person is different. Everybody's mental model is different. Everybody has different motivation. Everybody has different work ethic, energy, all that, right? But you need to emulate them enough to see which ones work for you. So like you'll see all these videos of like these really successful people that are talking about like my morning routine, 7 habits that made me rich, this and that, right? And those are all just clickbait titles, and they like, I guarantee most of them don't even have that morning routine. They don't stick to it, none of that, right? That's just not very it's not reality, right? It's like it just looks good on video format, and that's what they do it like that, right? It's an ideal form of content, right? It's very clickbaity and it works, right? Every single time people upload videos like that, especially if people that have a huge subscriber count, they're gonna get views, right? And they start like, because it's something that you would typically search, so they get more and more views. Nonetheless, right? If you can watch one of those videos, because there's no point in you watching it and then not doing anything from it, then you're just wasting your time. You're just watching for stimulation purposes, and that's not good either, right? But if you can watch it, right, and let's just say like a morning routine person, right, you see the video and you see that they make up their bed and they do a morning stretch and they drink water and they take a cold shower and they drink coffee and then they start doing the hardest task of the day, right? And that's like the typical shit that they all do in every single video, because I myself have watched too many of them, right? And so I know what they talk about, I know what they do, and it's all the same bullshit, right? It's all like scientifically backed or whatever. It just looks good on camera. I guarantee most of them don't do it. Nonetheless, if you can just say, okay, you know what? Making my bed doesn't seem that important. I don't understand how making my bed is gonna make me a millionaire, right? I don't understand how this and that is gonna make me a millionaire, right? Then just try them, right? If you see that you can make your bed for a week and it doesn't affect your work ethic, how your energy, none of that, cut it out, right? It's not for you, it doesn't work for you, and that's fine, right? Each human is different, each thing's gonna work for different people. Maybe it works for that guy, maybe it doesn't, who knows, right? We'll never know. But like things like, if he takes a cold shower in the morning and he realizes, he talks about like, it wakes him up from like his sleep, because like, you know, when you wake up you're lethargic or groggy or whatever, that cold shower, like, not only does it like stimulate your whole body, keeping like causing you to like fully wake up, but it also is like good for your skin, and it has your mind, like, helps with your mind and your discipline and all that, right? So maybe you try the cold shower and maybe it does work for you, maybe you do see some differences, right? That's what you keep in your routine. And then like just like that, you have to find information from people that are successful, people are in positions that you want to be in, and then slowly integrate things that they're actually doing, not what they're talking about, things that they're actually doing that contributing to their success, and do it yourself. See which ones fit, see which ones work, see which ones work specifically for you, not what works for Johnny, not what works for your friend Jordan across the street, whatever, right? Fuck all that, right? Not even what works based off like what Iman says, Hamza, Alex, none of these guys, right? Everybody has a different style of work, everybody grew up differently, everybody's psychology is different, so you need to find specifically things that work for you. And it's like, you can also just kind of figure it out on your own, but it's harder to come up with like it's like thinking of like a whole brand new color, in a sense. It's not that hard, but it's like to think of something like a habit to do without having any background knowledge. It's like you don't know if it has any credibility. That's why you're watching these other people do these videos, not for entertainment purposes, not for stimulation purposes, but to just get ideas. If they're talking about a certain business model, don't just take the business model and do it yourself. Just because it worked for them, it probably won't work for you, right? There's a reason it worked for them. They think a certain way, their psychology works a certain way, they grew up and gained certain skills that led them to be able to do this business model in a certain way, right? But for you grew up a completely different way, you have a different psychology, you have a different mindset, different mentality, different everything, right? So say, okay, whatever he's doing dropshipping, okay, I understand how that works. It's reselling from, Asian markets to North America or whatever the case may be. You're selling at a higher price. But what really is the point of dropshipping? It's this online marketing, connecting consumer with a producer, and you being the middleman. It's like you have to think about it as general as you can when you take advice from these guys, because they are spitting specific ideas to you that work for them, won't work for you. So you need to take whatever general thing they're saying, whatever specific thing they're saying, make it general, and then see how it can be applied to you. Try different things out, and like certain things like business model ideas, you might have to come up with something on your own, right? And that's gonna be a little bit harder, but at least you need to figure out something that's based off your skills, your interests, and something that works in like whatever space you want to be in. If you want to be in the online space or like an actual physical store, if you want to be reselling things or make something brand new, if you want to be on the manufacturer side, if you want to only sell to businesses, like you need to break it down for yourself. And then just something else that they do is like working on the hardest tasks in the morning. That's what you would do. If the business is the hardest thing for you to do, then you focus on doing your business in the morning, see if it actually has you contributing more success to you, or progress, if anything, for your business, rather than just like waking up and doing some bullshit and then like seeing like, oh, there's no difference, whatever. Point is, emulate successful people by following their habits and actions, not what they say. See what works for you and just keep it within your routine until you get to that point where you're similar in success levels as them, or just whatever you're fulfilled with.